Hi, I'm Nadia Struiwigh, a producer, live artist, sound designer, and I'm always up for exploring new workflows with hardware or software. Today we are diving into the random tool from Reason, and I can't wait to share with you some inspiring stuff I've made so far. Let's dive in. Alrighty, so let's dive into each of these elements I used in this little jam. So, first things first, the drums, because I just really wanted to create some experimental music, and I love to work on 84 BPM, so I can always like double it up to a jungle vibe, and therefore I used a pattern in the first channel. And I used the Kong instrument. It's a drum machine from Reason. I think it's amazing that I can use this Reason rack everywhere, and it just gives me so much inspiration to find a clearer sound. And I used it with a reverb, the Ripley delay, and the random tool, which I have not on right now. As you see, I created already like a pattern within the piano roll in Ableton. So there are like different notes assigned to the pads in here, and therefore it's playing the pattern with the sound. But it sounds a little bit static, you know? It's like, okay, great. I could just expand it manually and like have maybe like an 8-bar loop or even like a different timing. But actually I just want to switch it up. So here comes the random tool. And you can use it for drums, for synths, for everything. So after this I can show you quickly how it works with the synth. So it meshes up actually the original pattern you are making or you made. And I think it's amazing. So let's just dive into each section of this random tool. So firstly, we can put on and we can create a conditional timing on this. So maybe we just only want to play just the first note of each bar. But of course we can like change it up if we want to. So this is already nice that I have this kind of control and I can press it on and off if I want to. But I think the probability is already like nicer. So let's go back to 8. So if I use the probability, I can already say like, okay, I want that some samples are played or not. But then I can also shift the samples to a different pitch. But in this case, the pitch is actually, the notes are assigned to the samples, right? So it chooses a different sample. And I can change the chance of this as well. I can also change it to different octaves if you want to. But as right now, these pads are into like a frame of notes, I think it's better to set just the between. You can also set to, like, for example, one of the samples you want. Then there is a random velocity. I like that because I don't want that every sound sounds as loud. Velocity is basically the loudness. Let's just put this up. Now, the coolest thing is the random note length, because especially with experimental music, you don't want all the time the same length of these notes. And we can create more this jungle vibe as well. So, random note length, chance, it works better if you have all the steps on, to be honest. So here, this is already like a little bit of more of a difference between these kind of drum patterns. And what you could do is, for example, you could like insert a new audio track, and I'm putting it in here, and I say like I want to have the audio from, you can do this by the way in any DAW, and then put the money drum in, you have to push it out because otherwise you hear it double, of course. So now if I'm playing it, it comes into this channel. So now I can record it. It's still recording it. And then here I can change things up if I want to. So now I recorded basically a new pattern from what I've done with the random tool. You have to manually change the setting here to 1 to get it in timing. And let's just go a little bit to the back because that's where the magic was sort of happening. And then I can still like change this up with the pitch. You can even use a and then I can use a delay on it if I want to and have like a way cooler pattern going on. Amazing. So now I want to share with you how you can actually use a synth with it as well. So let's dive into the synth part. So firstly, we need, of course, a synth. I am going to choose, let's see which I'm going to choose. I am going to choose the FM synth. So now if we solo this one, we have a really nice sound. Let's just choose something. Tree of Life? Yeah, love that. So now I can go back to my players, get the random tool, add it on top of it. And whilst I'm playing it, it's already changing, right? Which is kind of like really nice, because I can already like see like, oh, this does work or not. But of course what I could do as well is I could just put on here like one note, maybe just 4 of them, and just create a sequence. I can just go into, let's go to a preset for now. So now we can, of course, change the probability. And maybe we want to change. And I think the coolest thing of this kind of stuff, because you can sequence things, I think if I would, for example, do that, have 2 of them, just switch up the timing, go back to the Reason plugin, go to a different sound. I'm just going to choose now some of the So what you also could do, for example, if I open another Reason rack, we just go going and going, and I'm going to use, for example, the polytone, and then add also in here the random tool. And right now, let's just go and solo this one, and then I am going to make a little sequence. So, and I go to a different sound. love this sound. So what you can actually do is, if you go to the back side, and I am going to, for example, random pitch, and actually I want the gate goes in here, CV out. I love this so much. So let's just do octaves. So actually it's so fun that you can combine like different kind of elements in here. Like I even could go in here and randomize notes out to oscillate the shape. So yeah, there is so much you can tweak here, which makes it so much fun. So this is how I probably would use it, and I would just create like different sequences and different rhythms and different patterns and create a lot of probability, and therefore your sounds and your track will sound so much more dynamic. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you got some inspiration out of it. And I would love to hear your thoughts, and I hope you make something really cool out of it. Hope to see you next time. Bye!